Well, I'll give you an old mechanics trick. I typically use this stuff, PB Blaster, for busting off rusted bolts. I know there's some better stuff out there. Creole is better. Kroil. Croil actually is better than PB Blaster. Penetrating oil is about the same as PB Blaster. I don't know. And WD-40 isn't as good, but it works okay. Now, a trick. I heard this, but then I saw something. I was looking on the internet. I was doing some research, and it was Machinist Workshop magazine did this study, 2007, and they compared WD-40, penetrating oil, PB Blaster, and Creole, and they saw which one did the best. Now, WD-40 did the least to break open a rusty bolt. Then it was PB Blaster. Then penetrating oil worked better than that, and Creole worked the best. But there's one thing that worked better than that, and it was way cheaper. And it was just taking automatic transmission fluid and mixing it with acetone. 50-50. 50-50. And that worked. It took half the torque to break the bolt open of even Creole, which I found that amazing. Now, another old mechanics trick I know about is just use plain old kerosene. Kerosene. It's not, the stuff isn't that easy to get anymore, which is like, it's not impossible to get, but it's not like everywhere like it used to be. Plain old kerosene. You don't need to be buying this stuff all the time, and that saves you a couple bucks. But say, for instance, you're working on a project that has a lot of rusty bolts, and, you're going to be taking apart this car that's old and it's got rusty bolts all over the place. Hey, you may not want to be buying cans of this stuff, 10 cans of this for, so many dollars. Just get yourself a big can of acetone and some transmission fluid, mix it up 50-50, put it in a squirt bottle, and you're all set. And, the other thing I found out, too, I knew from a long time ago, is plain old kerosene. But that's another money-saving tip. But actually, this stuff worked better than Krill. This transmission lubricant, which a lot of people don't realize, it's got a lot of detergent properties in it. It's got way more detergents than even like regular motor oil by far. So that's one of the reasons it does that. And it's an oil that's like a hypoid oil that it works under extreme pressure. So if you mix it up with acetone, it gets thin enough and it gets way into the crevices. And the other thing is too, if you've got some rusty bolts and you're spraying this stuff on it liberally, the mixture 50-50 acetone with automatic transmission fluid, you want to keep tapping that bolt so that jars the atoms of the mixture in between the bolts, in between the threads, and it should break it loose after a while. So that's a hell of a lot cheaper than buying this stuff. So anything I can just put out here that saves a couple bucks, I'm going to. I think it'll be useful.